What's up, y'all? This is your Monday mood for the week of October 6th through October 12th. And we're starting this Monday with a full moon in Aries. It is a super moon. It is bold. It is inspiring. It is initiating. It is, it's really kick-starting a lot of the shifts and changes that we experienced during the lunar eclipse last full moon. So definitely check out the video that I did for a little bit more insight on what I got for the full moon specifically. But it is an Aries, so it is definitely about the self, but we're in Libra season, so it's opposing that Libra energy. So there's a lot of self-sovereignty and other people contextualization of that. Does that make sense? Like, we are beginning with this full moon, I feel, seeing ourselves fully in the light of other people and how that interaction kind of works for us in a way that is supportive, or maybe in places where we need to shift, change dynamics around our connections in order for us to be able to fully show up as ourselves and have that support and understanding as we continue on this journey we call life. So I like this full moon. I think it's going to be really helpful, and it feels very impactful in the sense of jump starting a lot of the energy that we know that we have been cultivating. It's starting to kind of like light up, right? Like that fire energy. So that it feels good. I like it. And then also today we have Mercury ingressing into Scorpio energy. So we've left the diplomatic energy of Libra into the more piercing, the more weighty energy of Scorpio, where we can really get to the truth of things, get to the depth of our understanding, you know, around certain things, ourselves, other people, situations. There's a really great opportunity with Mercury and Scorpio to really dive into our soul and come up with a lot of gold, right? A lot of really valuable information, clarity, truth, right? And I think it's going to be really helpful as we have that bold Aries energy kind of jump starting the week with this very deep and grounded Scorpio energy, which is it's an odd thing for me to say. I usually don't feel Scorpio energy as being grounding, but I think that Saturn's in the mix this week too, you know, doing some things with the moon and shit. So I think that there's this gravity to the energy we're in now. It feels substantive, it feels important, it feels like it is taking us somewhere actually. And when that happens, the soul is transforming, and that mercurial energy in Scorpio is going to help start to connect those dots, you know, our spirit, mind, body connection with Mercury moving into Scorpio. So I think it's going to be really it's going to be a big transit for really stepping into how we are seeing ourselves in the world around us at this exact moment, and where that's taking us, and how that is influencing our understanding of ourselves in the world. So I really like this energy. It feels very impactful, but grounded. It's weird because it doesn't feel as phonetic as Aries energy sometimes can. It doesn't feel as impulsive. And I really think it's because that mercurial energy is helping us think more deeply, more soulfully about our actions, you know? So I think it's helpful. So let's get into this read for the week. Spooky season, so I'm using my Universal Monsters deck. So let's just see collective vibe for the week of October 6th through the 12th. The squirrelies. Interesting. So we have the 2 of Pentacles and the 8 of Claws, or Swords, reversed. So the 2 of Pentacles, and underneath that is the 4 of Pentacles. So when I see a 2 of Pentacles reversed, and then I have the 8 of Swords reversed, there's something clearing that has caused friction and something clicking that has felt worrisome with this energy. It feels very, although this is a reverse 2 of Pentacles, it feels like there's something balancing this week through the maybe brain unlocking some truth or understanding with that Scorpio energy, that actually what has been going on or what has felt out of balance or what has caused tension was really just transformation, really just change, really just evolution, right? And now throughout this week, I feel like we're going to start to see more of that understanding of where things felt weird or tense, kind of like clearing, so that we know that we actually are sure of something. There's a clarity coming in here with these 2 energies. That's what I'm getting. I want to know what's underneath the next card out. Yeah, the Knight of Pentacles. So this is something that's been in the works for a long time. So this week, something that's been in the works for a long time that has caused some type of friction or imbalance, maybe even confusion. Where does this fit? How does this fit? When does this fit? There's something kind of locking in mentally that releases us from fear or restriction or feeling like that anxiety of whatever this has been, right? It kind of feels like, to me, I'll use an example, like maybe a relationship, right? How maybe you're starting a new relationship, or maybe your relationship went to a next level or something like that. I don't know. And it can feel like, oh my God, how does this work? How does this work in my life? This week, I feel like with that Mercury energy, it kind of starts to show you how what has felt kind of like frictious, uncertain, how it can actually, like, oh, actually it took me a minute, it took us a while, but now I see how all this can work together. And that is that initiating energy of the full moon coupled with that mercurial energy of Scorpio. So that's what I'm getting for you guys for the week. I feel like we're unlocking something deep within us that's allowing us to regain some balance in our lives on something that we've been working towards achieving or experiencing or having. So I hope this was insightful and resonated. And if it did, let me know. I always love that. And if not, just come back next week and get the vibes. I'll see you guys later.